Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Capricorn. If you are new to the channel, welcome. This reading can. Jesus, come on, Mercury retrograde. Help me. This reading can resonate for you if you have Capricorn as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or south node sign. Quick shout out to my Patreon. If you are watching this, it was released early access on Patreon, so make sure you subscribe to the Patreon for early access and exclusive content. I will be doing a couple extended readings this month for the readings that did the best. Okay? So, Capricorn, we're going to look into what you need to hear right now, what you need to know with the Blunt Truth Oracle for the rest of September. Let's get it. Pregnancy, burnout. Okay. We have pregnancy and we have burnout. Let's clarify pregnancy for Capricorn with the Blunt Oracle. Let's clarify pregnancy. Let's clarify that. Pregnancy. They don't care, move on. And then we have burnout. Let's get one card. You need an orgasm, and then you already know the answer. Stop asking. Some of you are actually burning yourself out by continuing to look for answers, like being obsessed with trying to figure out something. That can actually burn out your energy very quickly when you get obsessive about figuring things out in your life or figuring out solutions, figuring out answers, and you already have all the answers you need. Very similar to Sagittarius. Aquarius had they don't care, move on, but Sagittarius had you already know the answer, stop asking. I'm pretty sure they had that card. So let's see about burnout. What is Capricorn's, or what are Capricorns burnt out from, or what is burning Capricorns? We have timing is right. We have car. Some of you are stressed out about a car situation, or you need a car. Let's see. What else do we have for Capricorn? What's burning Capricorns out? Social media. Some of you need to take like a little social media break, possibly. Just looking at, what I saw in my head. I saw somebody looking on social media and getting very burnt out by trying to keep up with social media or trying to keep up with people that they see. So for example, people that have relationships and they have their jobs and they have their careers or they have these established things, it starts to burn you out because you start competing with those people. Okay, Capricorn's a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs are the leaders and also very competitive energies. So some of you need to really limit how much you are looking at what other people got going on and what other people are doing, because you are literally burning yourself out by trying to compete with others and trying to compare yourself to others. And you're like, oh, I need to be doing this at this time. I need to be here in my life. If I'm not here, people my age are already doing this and that. It's completely draining. It's draining. And so many of you need to kind of be careful about the social media, where how much you're ingesting, and then that is determining how much you are pushing yourself. All right, what does Capricorn already know the answer to? You have intuition. Something you already know the answer about, deep down in your heart. Tell me more about what does Capricorn already know the answer to? You have relocation. Some of you need something new. Time apart. Okay. I'm getting how Leo had in their reading, they knew that it was time for something different. So weird. You have not the one at the bottom of the blunt deck, and then you have this is the one at the bottom of my oracle deck. It's very strange. But so I keep getting, and I've gotten this in a few Capricorn readings, that like many of you are still trying to prove something to somebody from a rejection that you faced, or you're carrying guilt or shame about not living up to somebody's standards or somebody's expectations, or somebody rejected you, whether this was in love, friendship, family, and you're still like, that is your motivating force. Like, that is what's driving the boat. That's what drives you, is proving people wrong to some capacity, or proving yourself right. One of those two things. But for some of you, you already know that it is time for you to relocate some way, somehow. You have death or rebirth. Some part of you or something that you've been engaging with needs to like be put to the side or put to rest finally. Or maybe you guys need to move to a new place, like maybe move to a new city or state or country. Some of you have been really thinking about that, but you know you need to take a step back, or you need time apart from what's very familiar with you. You have letters in name RKI or J. So this could be validation of somebody that you know, or somebody that you have your eye on, or around you. And then you have new love. So some of you do have a new love that is coming towards you as well. So let's see. What is the advice for Capricorn right now? What is the advice for Capricorn at this time? We have healing. We have long-term. What else do we have for Capricorn? Crying or release. Yeah, many of you have kind of been putting off some type of healing process, or maybe you've just been in this place where you're just so busy all the time, or you try to keep yourself busy, or you've worked a lot, and it's like no time to really heal, no time to really process emotions, no time to really face yourself. Okay. And carrying a lot of like unhealed or just stored trauma is also leading to you feeling burnt out a lot of the time. Some of you also need to learn how to have more. Can't pick up the cards. You need to learn how to have more fun, or you may be going to a party. Okay. I see you, a lot of you being very, very hard on yourself, very self-critical right now. And there needs to be some forgiveness at this time. But I feel like this is really about forgiving yourself here and healing that wound that you have, that, I don't know, that like that wound, that always, that self-critical inner voice that all Capricorns have it. It's always this like, oh, you know, you're not doing enough, you're a failure. Or it could be a voice of somebody who's actually said these things to you, like that you need to be doing more and whatever it is. And so there's always this shame, I feel like Capricorns carry, for just feeling like they're always behind. Okay. Always behind. And that's something that it's like you really have to try to unlearn and release that burden. Many of you take on a lot of extra expectations, a lot of extra responsibilities from people that you don't need to. All right. It's a good time for some of you to consider traveling or planning your next trip or getaway, because you've been carrying a lot. Don't know what all you guys are carrying, but you guys deserve like a break, or like a little vacation or a rest, or to literally emotionally purge. I feel like many of you are just carrying so many expectations of the past, of friends, of lovers, of family, social media. It's just like very, very overwhelming, and just a very heaviness. There's a heaviness that I feel for you, Capricorn. And there needs to be like some lightening up of life. That's why it says you need an orgasm right there, because there's a lot of like seriousness in your life right now. And there needs to be more lighthearted type of energy, more room for emotional healing, more room, especially if you're a Cap Moon, more room for like being gentle with yourself. Let's see. What do we have? Yeah, you have surrender to play. Anything else for Capricorn? Let's get one more. Okay. So we have surrender to play. Capricorns age backwards is what they say. It's like when Capricorns are younger, that's when they're like really, really the adults. And then as you get older, you start to get more lighthearted. They say they age like fine wine, you know? So many of you are getting into this place where you're realizing like the lighter things in life are just as important as the serious things. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So, I know Capricorns really hate to hear that in their readings, like when I'm like, oh, take a break, or you don't need to be working yourself to the death of you. But it's true. Sometimes you it's like literally it's a cycle. It's like you have all these things that you need to accomplish, but you're burnt out. And so you don't rest, and it's like it's harder to get the stuff done. But in your mind, if I'm like, oh, well, you need to rest, so you're not burnt out, you're like, but I have all these things to do. So it's kind of like this flip-floppy thing that goes back and forth. But it's really saying that you need to really find the balance right now between working, planning, stressing, and just surrendering and just having fun. Because sometimes the answers come to you, or like just having a clearer mind, or just letting go. It helps you to get the stuff done faster or better. So it doesn't make sense to be trying to push yourself to do all these things and you're not even in a good energy, and you're going to be sloppy with it, and you're not going to even feel good about it because you just either half-assed it, or you just like you're just getting it done just to say you did it. So make sure you're balancing out that playtime, that healing time, that calmness. Okay. And then you have surrender to inner peace. So let's see. Let's see what else. So yeah, this reading is really more so about you and what you need to do. I just feel like you don't need to be doing anything more extra right now. You need to really be trying to take it easy and not be so uptight. And I mean that in the very most gentlest ways possible. Like, you guys are really stressing yourself out to get where exactly? Where? All right. What's the advice for Capricorn right now? What's the advice for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? North Node and South Node. What is the advice for Capricorn? What's the advice for Capricorn? We got 7 of Cups. We got 10 of Wands. You're almost at the end of the burdens anyway. So it's like many of you need to just lighten the load. Like, just so much extra stress you're carrying for no reason. Death card, Scorpio energy. Why is the Death card here for Capricorns? Hangman. We need some stress management classes. That's what I feel like. Sometimes we also just put on all this extra pressure and stress in our lives and distract ourselves from the healing that we need to do. That could be some of you. Maybe not all of you, but for someone. 4 of Swords. You need to rest. So from a human design standpoint, if you're a generator, for example, and you are really not feeling excited, you're not satisfied in your life, you're pushing too hard. That means that you are trying to initiate, you're trying to force, you're trying to find what you're supposed to be doing instead of just letting it come to you. Pisces energy, Hangman. It's just a temporary feeling of stillness. Some of you are not very comfortable in the stillness. You're not very comfortable when things take a pause, when there's any type of slowing down. You feel very restless. But retrograde is about slowing down. It's about re-examining. It's not about pushing. It's not about full speed ahead. It's about we're taking it slower now. Okay, this is our time to actively rest. All right, so allow yourself to rest, especially if you're a generator that's really exhausted and burnt out. You're not supposed to be. Okay, the generators are never supposed to be burnt out because we have this sustainable energy that's in our charts. So if you're a generator or manifesting generator feeling burnt out, you really need to stop pushing, and you need to really lean into that relaxation and lean into things that feel good and are just fun and lighthearted while the other things work itself out. and really ask yourself, can I control this? Like, are these things that I'm even stressing about in my control? And it's something you have to really be proactive in trying to, mentally accept. Now, you're a projector or reflector, and you are burnt out. That's definitely, you need to look at where you are trying to initiate as well and invite yourself into scenarios that you don't need to be in. Okay. Projectors really are all about less is more. You just sitting back and relaxing and letting people come to you. Let life come to you. You just kind of focus on what type of invitations you want, what type of opportunities you want. And you kind of just daydream about that and you let that come to you. And you just put a pause on anything else where you feel like you're overworking yourself right now. You're overworking yourself, and you just really get back to feeling good about you and feeling good about like how you look and all those things. And then if you're a manifestor that's burnt out, you're definitely supposed to rest. If you're a Capricorn manifestor, your work cycle is 80% rest, 20% work. So if you are doing 20% rest and 80% work, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it very wrong. Okay. So if you need to tell somebody I need to take a break, or I'm not dealing with this right now, or I'm putting this on the back burner, or whatever the case may be, you got the Hermit card at the bottom, Virgo energy. So yeah, many of you need to take that relaxation, that break, that withdrawal into yourself. So if you're a generator, if you're feeling very frustrated, if you're a projector, feeling very bitter or unseen, if you're a manifestor and you're feeling angry, or if you're a reflector feeling disappointed, that means you need to stop pushing so hard. You need to rest. You need to relax. You need to figure out how to make your life more carefree, more lighthearted. Many of you are not in that lighthearted energy. What can you kind of surrender right now that is out of your control? Or what do you fully need to end in order to get to that feeling of relaxation and that peace and that feeling like I can just exhale and breathe, because I literally can't accomplish everything in one day. So I don't know why I'm trying to anyway. Three of Pentacles, maybe there's other people that can help you or support you that you can let know, especially MG and Manifestor. Make sure you're informing people about what are your needs. What do you need right now? How can they support you? People do not automatically know how to support us, okay? Everybody that, even I say this sometimes, I'm like, oh, nobody cares or nobody wants to be around or whatever. Sometimes you do have to teach people how to respect you, how to love you. Because that's why we got different love languages. What does love look like to you? And the people that want to do that, those are the ones you keep around. But don't just say, oh, nobody cares. Nobody knows how to love me, support me, what I need. Like, people don't automatically know what you need. You have to be very direct with that, because we all have different things that we need. Some people like to be physically with people. Some people just need words of encouragement. Some people like gifts. Some people like, physical touch, whatever it is. Some people like just spending a day with you. So making sure that you are telling people what you need right now and dealing with this burnout, and also getting the stress out of your life as much as you possibly can, because I guarantee you everything that you're worried about right now is either, one, you cannot control it anyway, two, you're pushing too hard, three, you're trying to do it to prove something to somebody or yourself, and four, it's just unnecessary right now. Okay, just try to break it down one thing at a time, and also make sure you're balancing out the playtime in there, because it'll overall improve your well-being, your mental health, and your physical health. All right, Capricorns. So that's what we have. Thank you so much for watching. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know down in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so the channel can thrive. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.